Hello, this is Larry Parman along with Jerry Shiles. We are with the firm of Parman and Easterday. We concentrate exclusively in the area of estate planning, elder law planning, and business succession planning. And today we're going to talk about a very important practical number of questions that people should be considering when they're getting ready to create an estate plan. So at the end of programs that people might attend, or seminars and so forth, we give them a sheet, and Jerry, that sheet has a number of questions on it for them, of things for them to think about at the beginning of the estate planning process. So let's go through those and share those with the audience today.
Okay. Well, I think it's important. You know, you don't want to walk into a doctor's office unprepared for an examination. You don't want to walk into a dentist's office with broccoli in your teeth, and you don't want to walk into an attorney's office without having thought about what you want to have happen with your estate. So the questionnaire we give you it covers a number of key points. Why are you here? What is it you hope to accomplish? What are you trying to protect? Who do you want to manage your estate if you're disabled or pass away? Who do you want to inherit your estate, and when? Do you want them to inherit it outright or in trust? Who are your financial planners, if you have any? Who's your CPA, your insurance agent? What other professionals do we need to talk to? Who's going to be the guardian of your minor children? So these are questions about who, what, where, why, and when. It's the old standard stuff. Who's going to get what? How's it going to be administered? Who's going to be responsible for administering it? Who's going to receive it, etc. So these are things you can think about in advance, and when you come in, you're going to be much better prepared to talk to the attorney about them.
Sometimes the easy question is, well, if I die, do I leave it to my children in equal shares? And most people say yes, that's what I want to have happen. But some of the more delicate questions are things like, well, if a child predeceases you, where do you want their share, that child's share of the estate to go? Do you want it to stay in the bloodline and go downward to the grandchildren? And what happens if a child doesn't have children of their own? Do you want it split among the other siblings and so forth? One other thing that sometimes people need to think about is, even before that, if they have something special, some specific gift that they want given to a specific person. And there are a number of ways that we can do that, but that's something they should consider as well.
Exactly.
And so those are some of the delicate things that people struggle with a little bit. And the other thing they struggle with that you mentioned is the whole selection of who's going to manage this, who's going to be the executor, who's going to be the trustee. And too many people, I think, fall into the trap of thinking that the oldest child has to do that.
Right.
When in fact, that's really a business decision, and the person that should be your trustee is the person most capable of performing that task. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but my opinion about who the trustee should be has actually evolved and changed a little bit over the years. I believe that initially when I started my practice that we should keep that in the family and have a child do that. But I've learned that bad behavior can ruin a good plan. So sometimes, especially, and this is counterintuitive, but especially when the children get along beautifully, by the mere naming of one of them to serve as trustee can create a wedge in that relationship where none need exist.
Right.
So the point of that is sometimes I've recommended that people choose independent trustees. Do you have a feeling about that?
Absolutely. Especially, we find that a lot in blended families. Second marriages with children from both marriages. They may get along okay, but there's always an underlying tension there. And if you can bring in a disinterested third party to administer that and make the decisions, it keeps that stress level from rising.
Yeah, then they all have a common enemy.
That's right.
Okay, so those are some of the things that we would ask people to consider and think about prior to coming in, because once you come in for your complimentary consultation, prepared to talk about those issues in an educated way, it'll make the decision-making process a lot quicker and a lot easier for you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being with us today. This is Larry Parman and Jerry Shiles. You can reach us by calling 405-843-6100. Ask for Vicki if you would like a complimentary phone consultation. She'll get that on the calendar. We look forward to talking to you next time.